Hello everyone, this is Ross from retrodreambeam. I'm an eBay seller full-time. I've been doing this with my fiance Netta for more than 3 years now. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm about to go into what we were shipping out today on Friday, so got some good sales. I didn't look at the numbers. I kind of just woke up, went to the storage unit, pulled the items, but we're just going to jump right into it. I saw some chunky sales. So the first thing is going to be a bunch of these advanced squad leader boards. I baggy them up in different bags because I think only like 3 can fit in one of these types of bags that I have. So this was one lot of the boards 6 through 9. Advanced Squad Leader is going to be, there's like a bunch to it. It's a war game, board game, where there's these little chit tokens. You have scenarios, you play out different wars. These are the boards I use to set up the different scenarios. There's numbers up here, and then the numbers denote which sets they come in. And then usually those sets use those boards, and then people can make their own scenarios. There's a ton of people that play Advanced Squad Leaders. So boards 6 through 9, the earlier the number, the more basic, or from the core sets they were from, where the more advanced numbers were from the module expansions. So this one is going to be a lot 11 through 15. So this person bought a bunch of these boards. I have a lot of them. I have a lot of them listed. I'm going to try to pick up some more in the next month or two. I have access to more, so it's super good. People have been enjoying them. These end up selling for $64.78 plus shipping. Everything's going to be plus shipping. All right, next up is going to be this right here. So my brother gave me a bunch of Transformer toys, and I think it was like G.I. Joe, and then there was a mask or something, like the toy sets and stuff like that. He had gotten that collection many years ago. He does eBay himself. He transitioned into cards, so he had a lot of baggies of like bits and pieces and stuff of the broken stuff that he didn't really want to deal with anymore. He gave it to me like a few months ago. So this is what one of those Transformers. It's like what was this one called? Like a Rolls Royce. Okay, I'm slurring my R's here. But yeah, this one has like a little piece somewhere on the edge that's broken. It's not a big deal. The person can probably fix it. Everything else is perfectly fine about this one. But yeah, this sold for $8.95. I know he watches occasionally, so thank you for that. I appreciate it, honestly, seriously. All right. Next up is going to be this. This is going to be C3I magazine number 33. These are going to be some of the inserts. C3I magazine is these wargaming magazines. I think there were 38 in total. They would have a ton of different, obviously, like articles and stuff like a regular magazine. Then they would have these tokens for sometimes upgrading games, little erratas, meaning that the pieces, maybe the numbers were off balance, so they changed them. So this right here is an incomplete insert right here. This is, unfortunately, I tightly packed it so you can't see the front side. This is the back side. You can see how like these magazines will come in different chunks and sections, and it'll say like what game it's from up there. So it has some expansions there, and then this has a bunch of like these 2 or 4 up here are cut out cards. These are gonna be some more tokens that you can punch out. So I got a bunch of this stuff. This ended up going for $13.43. People like to complete their war games and stuff like that. So that's for a bunch of different games. As you can see right here, it says like Empire of the Sun, and then there's a Churchill. This is Twilight Struggle, which was a #1 board game for 2 players based off of the Cold War. All right, never got to play that one though. People said I would enjoy it because I like Mage Knight. Moving along, we have this. This is going to be Colonel Twilight GMT Games. This is just going to be some extra expansion cards, like a little packet. I don't know too much about it other than this is going to be like similar to the C3I magazine, where it's just additional cards, updates, a little expansion pack. This is going to repeat buyer for $6.39. I forgot to mention yesterday, and I was talking about repeat buyers because a couple days ago or nights ago, super late at night, Aneta had in the past sent out coupons to people either who have bought her stuff or who are following our shop. And I rethought about that as a tool for us to advertise to people. So we sent out like a 30%, 35% coupon that people could use. And then that resulted in a couple of sales yesterday, and I think a couple today, because I think the coupon lasts for like a good amount of time. So I forgot that that was a tool that we can use. I feel like we haven't used it in a long time. So it was good that I remembered it, and Aneta was the one that originally found out that was something we can do, but I feel like we haven't used it in a while. All right, next up is going to be these miniatures. Where did I put them? I had stuff all over the place, but yeah, maybe they ran. Yeah, they picked up. Oh, here they are. They were right in front of my eyes. It was just like the blue on blue. We changed our little play mat right here. This is Moomin, which is like popular in Finland and Poland and stuff like that. So I'm used to like the different greens. So this was like blue and blue. This is going to be Gripping Beast, some kind of Viking miniatures. There's like 4 of them. So these were pretty cool when I got them listed. I think I listed these live actually like a week or 2 ago. I was just going through a bunch of random miniatures. I used the Lost Mini Wiki website to try to figure out like what the names of these, like what kind of sets it was. So yeah, this ended up going for $8.50 to a repeat buyer. All right, moving along. I like selling this kind of stuff. They are kind of cumbersome. They do weigh a lot, and then you have to ship them in the boxes that, you know, it costs extra when you have like certain dimensions for boxes. This is gonna be a board game play mat. I also do like laminated war game maps that people do. They do eventually sell. Someone does eventually appreciate it, but you have to find someone that really wants this. So I think this is for a board game called Little Factory. Never played it. A lot of board games are fun with the playmat. They're just a pain for everyone to store, if that makes sense. So I love board game playmats. I don't have this one, so I just happened to get just the mat. So I picked it up. Someone didn't want to deal with it being unwieldy. So this ended up going for $15, but kind of like this right here, it makes like, as you can see, I can like easily pick up the card. That's why people use them rather than if we did it on our like round table here with slats, you know, stuff can fall through. And also it's easy to pick up the playmat and clean, stuff like that. So 15 bucks for that one. More of the prices into the shipping. It's going international, so maybe someone doesn't have access to it. A lot of people, not just in America, play board games. It's actually like super popular. I know definitely in Europe they have like a Essen, the convention. So, all right. Next up, this was a cute one. This one is going to be a miniature wargaming terrain piece, or it's going to be for a role-playing game. Who knows what someone's going to use it for, because it is going to be, someone did a wooden, I think it's like a laser etch where they like laser on like little details onto like pieces of wood like this. And then it's going to be a 7-Eleven building, so like the convenience store. So I thought that was pretty cool that someone's going to use this maybe for a joke and within an RPG game. Maybe they're doing a superhero one, because I've been selling the superhero RPG books. And you don't know what someone's going to use, or they're going to put it for Warhammer, and then there's going to be a 7-Eleven in the background as people are blowing each other up in that game. All right, $5 for that. Repeat buyer. Nothing too fancy. I just thought that was a fun one. All right, next up, I know a lot about this. I talk about the dice sleeves, the accessories to these things, and I was correct. I listed a bunch of Warhammer Underworlds, specifically rival deck cards, upgrade cards, basically just cards, and all of them were in these deck boxes. So, and sleeves. I actually unsleeved everything and listed the sleeves because they were like special ones. And then these deck boxes are bolder. They're by a company called Ultimate Guard. These deck boxes are really good. They like snap shut and open. You can technically actually stand on them and they won't crack. Like that's why they're called boulders. Well designed. They have a bunch of different colors. This is the onyx color. This is for 80 counts. There's also 100 counts. And then they also, apparently when I was looking at it, there was more modern ones where they do towers. But sometimes these designs will go out of print or out of stock, sometimes for a year, sometimes 2 years. Sometimes the stuff gets discontinued, but people might have a card game collection, so they want to, you know, match their color. They might have all of their Pokemon stuff, right? So they'll have like the red, blue, yellow, and then they, whatever, they're going to have a darkness. They want to put in the Onyx box, this black one. So then I ended up selling this first before any of the Warhammer Underworld cards. I said that during live. I was like, I'm probably going to sell the deck boxes beforehand. So $11.99. I like to keep all these extra accessories. I know too much about them, so that is why that one sold. It's probably out of stock or something right now. All right. Oh, battery's low on the phone. Next up is going to be a really interesting one, not in our wheelhouse. Anetta used to pick up this type of thing. I actually had her list this stuff. She's better at listing this type of stuff. So these are lots of like, they're like light bulb lamp holders for like someone doing some kind of contracting work or something. Maybe we had this specific type of brand. She used to find this stuff in like auctions, you know, where she'd bid $5 and just get like a huge bin of different things that are useful for, building up, you know, just useful for house projects and stuff like that. So yeah, these little light holders, 2 lots of them, $8 each, so nothing fancy, but like I said, she used to get this stuff cheap and then she listed them. So this sold for $16. So definitely not in our wheelhouse, but we have sold stuff like that before. All right, moving along, this is also a cool one. This is going to be the Dungeons and Dragons miniatures game. This is going to be like a little, it was like a promotional advertisement card back in the day. So like a store would have these to hand out, you know, at the register, where it's like, oh, did you know that Dungeons and Dragons has a miniature game? I have a ton of these. These are things that people like generally don't list. So I'm probably like the only one that has it. Someone finally picked one up. I literally have like 100 of them because I got a collection of the Dungeons and Dragons miniature game cards. They normally get paired with miniatures. I didn't get any of the miniatures, unfortunately, or else I would have gotten a lot more money, but the cards have been doing really well. So $8.99 for this, essentially a promotional item. It's cool. It's historical. If someone likes the Dungeons and Dragons miniature game, it's basically a promo. But yeah, it doesn't have any stats or something on it. All right, and I relisted another one. Like I said, I have a bunch. Next up is going to be this. This is just going to be some like craft pack. I got wooden nickels is what the label was. There's 22 pieces. Someone's going to use this for crafts. Annetta was asking like why all the miniature bases were selling, and I'm like, I think people are just gearing up for the cold weather and the holidays, they get to do all their Warhammer projects. They get to do all their painting miniature projects, all these different crafts because they can't go outside as much. So who knows if this is for board games, miniatures, or just literally just someone wanted the specific size of, wooden nickels. $5 for that one. All right, that's everything. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I hope everyone has a good weekend.